What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to our channel for week 294 for League of Legends top 5 plays. At the very end of this video, I'm going to ask a league related question and pick 2 comments to give some RP to, so if you're interested, be sure to catch that on your way outside. First, we have a ton of awesome plays to get to, and some of them are pretty long, so kick back, relax, and enjoy. Right away, we see the enemy team pushing 5v2 in the bot lane, but they respect the Rengar ult, so they pull back and group up as they wait for the next minion wave. The opening's there to sneak by and join his team, but then Orianna shields Rengo and he sees the opportunity to leap into all 5, comboed with a massive shockwave and dissonance that instantly pop 2. With little to no fuel left in the damage tank, blue team kind of falls over, giving up the ace without managing to even get one return kill within this team fight. That was a nifty little wombo, but our next play from Supports Master on Jayce takes us on a solo mission to clean up after a big battle that happened in the mid lane. Right away he jumps on Nami, giving her the smack for the kill, and then he flashes on Elise for the double. He opens up the acceleration gate and fires off a shock blast before refreshing the speed up and making his way into the jungle. Knowing Bard wants to cut him off, he hides in the cubby until he sees Bard go by, transforming for the speed up as he makes a break for it. Here comes Tempered Fate, but a quick juke back avoids it as he speeds up to the gate, sidesteps the rocket and jumps onto Corki to take him down and escape into the cold, wet embrace of his loving void Tentakill thing. Coming up next in today's lineup, we have varbblane on Thresh, who's all alone in this cruel world, staring at his impending doom as 4 enemy champions barrel down mid. Everyone on his team is dead, and as a support, all he can really do is play the stalling game, so he's going to put Banner of Command on the cannon minion and try to get them to waste autos on him instead of the towers. He pulls up the box before flashing, using Locket and hooking MF to deny some damage. He puts Exhaust on Ashe, focusing Misfortune first because she's the only one he can achievably kill, and after landing the hook, he goes in and takes her down with an auto. The second tower has fallen and Thresh follows suit, but while he's reviving, the empowered cannon minion and Super Creep bop the Ashe and then he revives, hooks Poppy away, flays them both back, which gets comboed into the shockwave to save the Nexus. The burn damage from Brand is enough to just barely kill varbblane, but his teammates can easily bring the game to an end with a massive creep wave hitting the enemy base. Fighting his way through terrible odds, we have Unfamilliar on Lucian, and I'm going to start this play pretty far back so we get to see the team fight that leads up to the big moment. His team decides to try and rush the Baron, but Vayne got super low from the Shaco, and they're just not doing this quickly enough. They still try to finish it because Vayne's here now, but they're getting pincered and realize they need to back off the Baron. He moves to reposition and makes his way to the choke point, going onto Fiora when she dashes in, but he ends up needing to flash back, and now he's singled out, but the culling into an early cancel and auto attack get him the kill. Even though he won the 1v1 narrowly, he can't re-enter the fight and decides to back off as his team falls apart in the river and they all go down, leaving Lucian as the sole survivor. The enemy team have this huge minion wave in the top lane, and with long respawn timers, they think they can end this game as they send Shaco to deal with Lucian once he's spotted in the mid lane. At this point, Lucian is sitting around half HP as he takes out all the incoming void spawns so that his minion wave can march down mid without stopping for a moment. He approaches the inhib, using his abilities to make the most out of his double shot passive while also thinning out the wave. He's about to take it down, and cross map we see the enemy team do the same, but Shaco has arrived, so he dashes away and onto the Nexus. Exhaust goes up and he dukes it out, life-stealing through the Ignite until Shaco has to Zhonya's and wait for cooldown, so he goes back to chipping at it. He runs away and perfectly gets up the edge of Night Shield to absorb Shaco Z before dashing in for the kill. They're about to start on the Nexus, and here comes Fiora, but he dashes for the auto reset and out of range of Hydra to end the game with a sliver of health. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Blazing Sword on Maokai, popping off and making the difference in a massive late game team fight. His team is rushing the Baron when they're spotted by the enemy Lulu, but Maokai instantly peels with a twisted advance to lock down Hecarim into a 3-man knockback. Blazing Sword's jungler secures the Baron, but Lulu gets off a big wild growth on Mordekaiser, which enables him to crush 2 of Maokai's carries, and now all of a sudden things have boiled down to a 3v3, plus a dragon. While the friendly Janna and Jhin move into a better position, Maokai tries to keep Mordekaiser occupied while slowly moving himself away from the pit. The moment the tornado hits LeBlanc, he Qs Mord and gets right back in there, forcing her team to help her out until she can distortion away. Out of nowhere, he turn around Q flashes to burst LeBlanc, and then he drops super low, but a twisted advance and passive proc heal him up. Into his ult, Q for the shield and reactivation on his ult to finish off Lulu. He then does what Maokai does best, healing and CCing his way to victory as they take down the beast for the shutdown. They walk towards mid lane planning to push with Baron, but see Caitlyn on a ward as she tries for a cheeky ace in the hole, but her boy Blazing Sword ain't having any of that and takes the bullet for his pal. Caitlyn tries going for the hero play and almost kills off Maokai, but between Janet's Monsoon, Sap Magic, and some more CC, they secure the ace. And lastly, for a bonus clip, we have a funny interaction that I've never seen before between Marsden1 on Syndra and the poor enemy Annie. She runs up and grabs Tibbers, but that pulls him out of range, so after a weird snapback to Annie, somehow Syndra's W still does the damage and gets the kill. Marsden1 definitely looked like she was just trying to grab Tibbers and throw him into the laser to make quick work of the bear, but instead the range resets Tibbers mid-air and he crushes his own master. Before we move on to the RP giveaway, I just wanted to throw in a quick shout out to DollarShaveClub.com who sponsored this video. I'll keep this short, but if you visit the description box, you'll find a link to take you to our promo page. They currently have a promo where you pay $1 to try any of these razors for the first month, and they cover the shipping cost, so the total is literally just $1. You can also cancel anytime you want. I love all three of these, and I don't think I could go back to buying razors every month at the store. You just can't beat the convenience of getting them in the mail. I'd highly recommend getting it for yourself, a family member, or a friend, so be sure to use DollarShaveClub.com/Protatomonster if you're interested. Time for the giveaway, so drop me a comment letting me know what you guys thought was the most OP Earth champion and why. I'm gonna pick 2 people from the comment section who have liked this video and are subbed to the channel, each person winning $10 in RP. Be sure to also check out one of our recent releases. We've been making NALCS highlight videos as well as one for IEM, and I think they're super fun to watch, especially if you can't catch the games every week. I'll have that video during this outro for a couple of days until the next top 5 comes out. Thanks everyone for watching, love you all, and have a wonderful day.